everyone. In this tutorial, we will focus on usability testing and fundamentals of usability testing. So imagine this, you launch a beautifully designed app, but your users abandon it in frustration because they can't figure out how to perform basic tasks. This is where usability testing comes in. It's all about ensuring that your product isn't just pretty, but it's functional, intuitive, and enjoyable. Think of usability testing as a dress rehearsal for your product's big debut, where you spot the wrinkles before they ruin your show. So, in 2014, Google redesigned its mobile search interface based on usability testing feedback. So, the result that they the result that they achieved was a 20% increase in their user satisfaction and a huge boost in mobile search revenue. Here is a pro tip, always test with real users. Designers and developers often have expert blindness and they can't see usability issues that the regular users face. Let's talk about why usability testing is crucial. So, first of all, did you know that 88% of online shoppers say they wouldn't return to a website after a bad user experience? Usability testing is your safety net. It saves you from costly mistakes by catching them early when they are easier to fix. It's not just about avoiding failures, it's about building loyalty. A smooth user experience transforms one time users into lifelong advocates. So, for example, a startup lost 2 lakh dollars because their onboarding process confused the users. So after usability testing, what they redesigned increased their retention by 60%. So usability testing is actually not a luxury, it's a necessity in today's competitive market. Let's see what are the types of usability testing. So there is no one size fits all approach to usability testing. Moderate testing, for example, it's like a guided tour. You observe and interact with users directly. Unmoderated testing is more likely watching CCTV footage. You let the users navigate on their own and analyze their behavior later. So imagine this, if you are in a coffee shop handing your prototype to random customers for feedback. It's scrappy, but it works. So let's take a real world use case for moderate testing, where a UX team, the team observes live reactions to a new gaming app. Talking about the unmoderate testing, which is maybe conducted in the college to get quick feedback on an event app. Now let's go to the steps that are involved in usability testing. Think of usability testing as a treasure hunt, with each step bringing you closer to user satisfaction. Firstly, you need to set your objectives. What do you want to learn? Next, you have to recruit your participants. After recruiting participants, uh, you have to create realistic tasks that you want the users to perform. For instance, find and purchase a product under $50 is better than click here. Finally, observe and analyze. Watch for moments of hesitation. There are often where your design needs work. You can use for observation and analysis, you can use tools like screen recorders. Also, always pilot your test with one participant before the main session to catch any issues. So, how do you measure success? It's not just about whether users complete a task, it's about how they feel while doing it. Metrics like task success rate, error rate, and time on task are your bread and butter. But don't ignore qualitative feedback. User comments can reveal frustrations that numbers can't. So, for example of matrix can be task success rate. So, 80% of the users successfully found the FAQ page. Second is error rate. Users clicked the wrong button 3 times on an average. So you know that the button is in the wrong position or has a lot of emphasis. That's why users are clicking on the button thinking that they have to proceed by clicking on that particular button, but it's not the case over here. Lastly, for time on the task, it took users 2 minutes to complete the payment process. So these are a few examples of matrix. Let's move ahead to what tools do we need to use for usability testing. So usability testing can be done manually as well, wherein you connect with the people through online meeting platforms such as Zoom or Google Meet, or you directly have your usability testing face to face with that person, but there are some tools that are available for usability testing, which makes usability testing a bit easier rather than conducting it manually. So, first one is user testing. It's best for detailed remote testing. Then we have Hotjar, wherein you get heat maps and session replays. Lastly, we have Maze, which is perfect for prototype testing. So think of these tools as your usability testing toolbox. So tools like user testing and look back let you observe remote sessions. Whereas Maze is excellent for testing prototype, as I already mentioned. While Hotjar gives you heat maps to visualize where user clicks. The key is to choose the right tool for your project scope and budget. So, usability testing isn't always smooth sailing. Recruiting the right participants can feel like finding a needle in haystack. So, let's not forget observer bias. It's all too easy to unintentionally influence users. So, what is the solution for this? You need to have a clear plan. You need to stay neutral and embrace imperfections. Remember, even flawed feedback is better than no feedback. So, as we discussed, the challenges are recruiting the participants, for which you can use platforms like user interviews. Second one was observer bias, for which you need to use a script to standardize the interactions. Let's have a look at a real life example of usability testing. Uh, imagine this Imagine a fintech app for budgeting notices a high dropout rate during sign up. Usability testing reveals the issue that users are confused by jargon field instructions. After simplifying the language and adding visuals, completion rates soar by 50%. So let's take a problem where users couldn't locate the help button. The solution for it will be, after usability testing, the solution for it will be moved the button to the top right corner, and also added a tooltip which will give a lot of emphasis to that button, that the users have to click that button in order to contact the customer support or in order to access the help. And also we are giving the tooltip so that it's very clear that what that button indicates. Also, always remember small changes can have a very huge impact. So, usability testing is ongoing, it evolves as your product grows. Also, you need to start small, but aim for continuous improvement. So usability testing is more than a process. It's just it's a mindset. So it's about putting your users first and iterating until your product feels effortless to use. So let's make it a habit. The more you test, the more you learn, and the better your products become. That's it for this tutorial. Thank you.